Hey now, this is Bryan Chatlien coming at you from the Batman on Film podcast, and they sent me in to go watch a movie yesterday, so I have another movie review for you. What was the movie? Oh my goodness, what's coming out this week? Well, Captain Marvel for one. Yeah, went and watched that. Got the review, got opinions, got thoughts, got just all sorts of things going on up here that I want to talk about with this one, and it's weird because I think I've redone this video like 10 times. So let's get started. Let's see if we can make this coherent this time. All right, so went and watched the movie yesterday. What did I think of it? It's a movie. Here's the thing, I was hoping that this one was going to be good. Never mind all the weird buzz on this one. We'll get to that one a little bit later. I was hoping this one would be good. This is Marvel's first feature film centered around a female superhero. This is Marvel's first one. This was big. This was supposed to be big. I wanted this one to be big. I wanted it to be important. Black Panther was important for so many reasons, and they nailed it. We needed it to be good, and it was. Wonder Woman, sorry, kicking over to DC for a second. Wonder Woman. We needed it to be good. We as a movie-going public, we as a society, we as whatever, we needed this movie to be good. It was good. Yeah, it's got its flaws. They all do. But it was fantastic, and it hit a lot of notes really, really well. And it needed to, and it was awesome. Captain Marvel, I'm just not feeling it. It's a movie. It's Marvel. Here's the thing. Let me see if I can narrow some things down for you. One, the first 2/3 of the movie are almost joyless. There's no cool factor going on. With a lot of the other Marvel movies, man, they nailed that cool factor really well. And there's some of the movies that kind of miss it, but there's no cool factor in this one. They keep trying to hit the cool factor. It's set in the 90s, and they keep trying to throw 90s at you as though 90s nostalgia is cool. And I'm sorry. 90s nostalgia is not cool. The occasional song, yeah, okay. Some of the references that they make, that they even show in the trailer, I'm not giving anything away just yet, yeah. I guess there's a moment of nostalgia, but 90s was not cool. There's a lot missing in there. By the way, sorry about that. Spoiler alert, I will be giving some things away here. Yeah, gotta throw that in there. It's not cool, it's not fun, it's not funny for the first 2/3 of it. Brie Larson's character, Captain Marvel, she seems so shallow, just one-dimensional. She's a warrior. She's a warrior. She's a badass woman. When she gets knocked down, she gets back up. Nothing but love. That seems to be about it. She's been in this place, she's been in this state for a number of years. She doesn't remember who she is. This is all in the trailer. I'm not giving anything away yet. But she remembers all of this. But the funny thing is, it doesn't seem as though she's advanced beyond even the first couple of hours after she woke up. She wakes up, she learns how to fight, and that's where she's existed, and it's boring. No. So that's her character. One of the pieces with the standard superhero movie, with the standard hero's journey, with this archetype, is there's a plot device that they use early on to make you care for the character called saving the cat. And frequently, they may even actually save a cat, but you'll get the hero do something to help someone less powerful than them so that you realize that you're supposed to care for them, so that you see them as the good guy. At no point in time does she really do that kind of a thing. So it's really hard to feel one way or the other about her. You understand she's supposed to be the good guy because Marvel is serving her up as the good guy, and you're supposed to root for her, and I'm not. Okay, the last third of the movie, okay, a little bit of fun starts kicking in. You start seeing a little bit of a glimmer in her eye, and she starts going out and having fun. It finds its legs and winds up flying, which was cool. It was a movie. It was a Marvel movie. Here's another piece in there, and this is where maybe there are some spoilers being thrown out here. Infinity War is coming out in theaters in a mere month and a half. Not Infinity War, excuse me, Endgame. Is coming out in theaters in a mere month and a half. This wasn't even supposed to dominate the theaters for any real length of time. You're going to watch it. If you're wanting to know what's happening in Endgame, you're going to watch this movie. Marvel seems to know that. which means it didn't really have to be, in their book, that good. They know you're going to watch it. They're introducing a character that nobody really knows, most people don't really care about. So because they're introducing this character, they know that you're going to have to watch this movie so that you can continue on with the Marvel saga. And it kind of feels phoned in because of that. And that's a really disappointing thing. As a huge Marvel fan myself, that's a really disappointing thing. So here's this character that is minor. They want to give you some information so that you know who you're looking at. They want to introduce her to you so that when the bigger picture comes, you know what you're looking at. This movie could have been so important. This movie could have been so good. I was rooting for it to be. Okay, so before I jump down any other rabbit holes for the moment, let me go ahead and give this one my grade. This one, I'm gonna put a C. High C, maybe a low B if I'm being generous. It was a Marvel movie. Here's the thing though, and I'm gonna throw this out there because this is a piece that was important. Whereas I may be picky and I may have expected more out of this. When I walked out of the movie, there were little girls sitting there posing in front of the stand-up in the movie theater lobby with their fists up and doing their favorite Captain Marvel pose. That's kind of the important part, isn't it? Okay. Everything else after this, you know what? It's not as important as that. I'm going to throw that out there right now. Cool. Now that I've said that, you can go ahead and hit stop on the video right now. You don't have to watch anymore because I'm about to get into a different conversation here, and I am totally aware I am a white male, and I'm about to comment on what I see to be power and strength in women. You can go ahead and stop watching now. It's fine. But I am going to start this out with the man's prayer from the Red Green Show. We're going to put our heads down, we're going to put our hands together, and we're going to say, I'm a man, but I can change. If I have to, I guess. Amen. And with that, let's start getting into some of the feminism that people have been kicking into about this one. Here's the piece. I don't get a lot of it. I don't understand a lot of it. I did hear that Brie Larson said a thing that apparently got a whole bunch of guys out there butthurt about her wanting equal representation of men, women, and races in the press conferences and the press tour for this movie. Cool, you know? It's kind of an odd thing to take a stand about, but you know something? Absolutely. She's the star of the movie. That's her choice. She's allowed to say things like that, and she's allowed to ask for that. Cool. Awesome. There's been a giant feminist toxic masculinity, toxic femininity buzz that I don't know if that's all that's been fueling it or if there's been a lot more that's been happening that I don't even know about. But it feels to a point that it's manufactured. It feels to a point that it's part of the marketing engine. They're trying to push this movie as a big push forward for feminism, and I wish that the movie had been better made, if that's what they're going to be going with. I feel like the marketing team and the people that actually made the movie aren't in the same room talking to each other, because this movie really doesn't push that. Here's a piece, and this is again where, as a guy, I'm totally aware that I'm probably about to stick my foot in my mouth, but I am a giant fan of powerful women. I'm a giant fan of strong women. I have my own views on what strength looks like in women. And I wasn't seeing a lot of it in this movie. Now, there's a piece of that that's going to be the writing. There were 5 people credited with writing this movie. Okay, there's a piece of it that's the directing. A man and a woman team directed this movie. There's a piece of it, maybe Brie Larson herself. I don't know. But I do know that she stomps into the scene and out of the scene in most of this movie, it seems. She walks around with her fists clenched. Now, here's a piece. If you're looking at power, if you're looking at strength, the Hulk is one of the mightiest characters in the Marvel Universe, and the Hulk stomps into the room and he's got his fists clenched. Well, that's awesome. It is a, let me see if I can word this properly. It is a version, a male version of what feels powerful. It's upper body. He flexes his chest, he flexes his lats, he flexes his bicep, he's got his fist clenched. It's very, very male body posture. And I'm not saying women can't do that, but I am saying the Hulk is a blunt instrument. Yeah, he's physically strong. I wouldn't necessarily consider him to be powerful in the Marvel Universe. Thanos. Thanos walks in, and he's as strong as the Hulk. He's got an intellect that's going on behind that, and he doesn't walk the same way. Thanos almost seems to walk softly. Well-made villain. I love Thanos. We've got, okay, let's kick over to DC for a second. I loved Wonder Woman. She has the strength and has the power to wipe the floor with any guy in the room. But she doesn't need to stomp into the room and ball up her fist to make sure that you understand this. It feels like with Brie Larson's Captain Marvel stomping into the room and balling up her fist, she's proclaiming loudly, "I'm powerful!" And somehow it comes across as exactly the opposite, which is kind of sad. So Game of Thrones. We're going to get totally cross genres here. Game of Thrones, Season 3, Tywin Lannister, fun character. Love to hate him. And he's sitting there in one of the scenes with our favorite king that needed to die in horrible, horrible ways. Joffrey is sitting there being a pill and banging his hands on the table and saying, "I am king!" And Tywin very quietly from the side of the room speaks up. And I'm paraphrasing here, but he says, "It is in my experience that if a man needs to proclaim that he is king, then he's not a true king." It feels like Brie Larson's Captain Marvel is stomping into the room and balling her fists up most of the movie and proclaiming, "I am powerful!" And it just doesn't come across as the same. Now, okay, so I'm going to cross a line here because I saw Alita, Battle Angel, on the same day, and maybe I shouldn't have done that because now I'm comparing the two in my head. You can't help but do that. I saw Alita, Battle Angel. The two of them have a lot of things in common if you break it down. The two of them woke up in a state, they were woken up by a guy who basically helps them find their way. They both are absolute badasses. Neither one of them backs down from a fight, and they're both heroes. Okay. One of the things that Alita gets right is she is so strong, she is so powerful that she can take the guard down and literally expose her heart to someone. She's capable of doing that. Wonder Woman did the same kind of thing. She is so powerful that she can be vulnerable. And Brie Larson's Captain Marvel, the piece that was missing for me, the piece that was taking her power away for me, is that she's got a barrier up and she's got her fists up most of the movie, it feels like. She's got almost no character, no chemistry with almost anybody else that's on the screen, and that is, you know, that's an unfortunate thing. But it was that walking around with that wall up and with that barrier up the entire movie and never ever taking it down, never ever showing more than just a surface level of the depth of emotion and personality is what to me made her less than the mightiest character in the Marvel Universe. I have literally done 10 versions of this video trying to find some way to put a review out there. I really wanted to say nice things about this movie, and I just didn't enjoy it. It feels like you've got a character who is utterly aware that she is the new Marvel superhero, and she's striking superhero poses, and she's talking like she thinks a superhero is supposed to talk like, and it just doesn't come across as interesting. Correct me. Tell me I'm wrong. Send a message, leave something in the comments. Tell me what you actually thought about the movie. Go watch it. Go watch Alita Battle Angel. Which one did you like more? I'd love to hear it. You know what? If you want to go off on a spool about, you know, how I've got toxic masculinity or whatever else, or I don't even know what powerful women look like, or yeah, okay, I'd love to hear it. Actually, I'm still on a learning curve. Teach me something. All right. In the meantime, this movie feels like a placeholder, and that's disappointing. I was expecting more. Let me know what you thought. I wanted to like this movie. I didn't. I would love to hear what you guys think about it. Leave a note in the comments. Follow us, like us, subscribe us. Come follow me. I'm on Instagram. I am at ChatlinPhoto, and I know the spelling might be a little difficult, but at ChatlinPhoto on Instagram. There should be a copy in the show notes. This has been Bryan Chatlien with Batman on Film, and we'll see you next time.